Hugh, thanks for the question. I don't know if you're a veteran or not. If you are, thank you for your service. I assume you are. The way you recruit and retain people in the military is to take care of those who have served. The GI Bill that's come out a couple of years ago, I was part of writing it. It's probably the best deal in the history of the country for people who want to get out of the service and go to college. But what we did in the bill, me and Senator McCain, was we allowed people on active duty to transfer their GI benefits to their family members. So if you want to make a 20-year career out of the military, you could take your benefits for education, transfer them to your kids, and that way your kids could go to college. It was an incentive and inducement to stay on active duty. To those who got out after 4 years of service, we have the most generous GI benefits in the history of the country. I think now is the time to be generous because 1% of the American people are fighting this war, and a lot of them are tired and worn out. When it comes to VA health care, we're trying to build a new VA hospital in Charleston to consolidate with the Medical University of South Carolina to offer more coverage to veterans. I believe a veteran should be able to take a card and go to their local doctor rather than having to drive to Columbia or Charleston to get basic services that are available in the local community. I'm on the Personnel Subcommittee of Armed Services, and I'll put my record up against anybody when it comes to taking care of veterans. But having said that, we've got to dramatically reduce spending in this country. The defense budget needs to be looked at in terms of reform, and veterans programs can be looked at in terms of reform, but the idea of taking care of the veteran as a national priority is high on my list. What should a member of Congress do as their first act? Defend the nation. We need a budget that makes sure that we're able to defend ourselves in a very dangerous, volatile world against radical Islam. And one way you get a voluntary army to serve honorably and to stay in for 20 years is to treat them well when they get out. So you've got my commitment. I'm one of 2 senators still in the Guard and Reserves, and having associated a lot with the Guard and Reserve community, I understand veterans issues pretty well. I've been on active duty. I'm now a reservist, and working with Senator Clinton when she was in the Senate, we passed legislation to allow Guard and Reserve members and their families access to TRICARE, something they did not have access to before the bill passed. So stay tuned, more to come.